Next is how we can create the queries and how we can manipulate them. And creating queries is very tedious task. So this will give like error again and again, but the errors are very important. They will help you to understand the application and its behavior. Like if you are supplying ID parameter and application giving error, you like ID is not valid, you need to give the, maybe you want to give the IDI, so you can use the other parameter. So this will help you in the bug bounty. Okay, so let's see like how we can create the queries. So see, if you have the account on the HackerOne, just go to HackerOne CTF, go there and go this bug db1, start this. So this will take some time. Let's write the query. We can write the query there. Okay, so see, this application using the GraphQL, you can check out from the URL also. See, GraphQL query, I already told you. If you see the API query, GraphQL query, so application using the GraphQL. So first thing is always check for the introspection. See, if introspection is not allowed, then we can do the manual testing, browse the application or do other things, but always check the introspection. That is easy things, because after that we can get the all the schema and we can use that schema for the exploitation. Okay, so let's click on change schema, click on introspection, and see there is introspection query. We can use that. Copy this and paste the introspection query here. Okay, see, this is introspection query. So what this introspection query will do, this will fetch whole schema. See, as we previously fetch the schema in the InQL, so this is the schema. So this is also same thing. This send that introspection query, okay, and get the schema. And we can do this thing in manually also. Just send this query and we can fetch the whole schema. So I am sending this query and see, this is the schema. And see, this is very difficult to understand this for a beginner and also for me also sometimes. See, this is very difficult to understand this. So this is a schema. You can say like it's a kind of documentation. So see, there is docs also available. So sometimes application provide you the documentation also. Other than that, you can use this schema. So just copy and paste in there the introspection result here. Paste there and display. So this is visible here, like everything very clearly. Like see, nothing is visible there. You cannot understand like what kind of things we can do and anything. See, very difficult to understand. But here we can understand now. See, I can query a user, I can query a bug, like I can fetch for the user, I can do the fetch for bug, we can fetch for the find user, we can fetch for find bug, we can fetch for all users, we can fetch for all bugs. Very easy to understand. And you can also use this GraphQL visualizer for creating the query. This, according to me, GraphQL visualizer is good, but there is no mutation. Like if application have the mutation, those are not visible here. So always you use both of them. So see, currently there is only query. If application have the mutation, you can check out that also. But in GraphQL visualizer, you do not have that mutation thing. Means that post if application have the mutation kind of thing, like if you want to update something, you want to log in, if you want to edit something, or you want to delete something, then that is not visible here. You can check out those things here. But for query, creating the query, this is best, GraphQL visualizer. Okay, so how we can create the query? By using this. Now we have the schema. See, this is the schema and we use this application to visualize it. So this is the visualizer. So we can fetch for the node, user, bug, find bug, all bugs. Okay, and we can fetch these things. Okay, so let's try to do one by one thing. So let's query. If I want to query something, so this query, and what I want to query, let's say I want to query a user. Like I want to fetch the details of a user. So user, so query user first. Okay, so just user. After that user, and from user, see there is a edges. See, we are going by this. So see, this is the details of user, ID and username. We can fetch ID and username. How we can reach there? So there are different paths. So if you want to fetch these details, so what path you can take? So one is this. See, from user to edge, edge to node, and node to user. And other, you can use this, see, find user, and this is there, find user. Okay. Other than that, you can use this also, bugs, and there is node, and after the node there is reporter ID, and after that you can fetch this. Okay, there is three way. One is this, other is this. Okay, if you want to use fetch the user's detail. Okay, so let's try to use this way. Okay, user, after that edges. So let's try to do the edges. After edges, see, edges, after edges, node. See, I want to go there, then I need to choose this way, node, node. After node, I can fetch these details, ID and username. Username, and send the request. See, we are fetching the details. So this is user admin, this is user victim. So this is the base 64 encoded. So just copy this. Base 64 decode. See, this is user 1. Okay, and let's check out another. What is this? Copy, paste there, base 64 decode. See, this is user 2. So this is just a base 64 encoding of user 1 and user 2. So admin is user 1 and victim is user 2. So see, we can fetch the detail. So see, this is for user's detail, and let's say I want to fetch this bugs also. So how we can do this? Inside node, we need to use the bugs. The inside node, there is bugs. Okay, we node bigs, it's a bugs. And after bugs, see, we reach here ID bugs, and after bugs we can go to edges, and after edges, see, bugs, edges, and edges to node, and after that edges to node, and after node ID reporter ID, reporter ID, reporter ID. We can fetch. See, we are fetching these details also. See, what is the ID and what is the. So let's check out what is this. See, this is bugs 1. Okay, this is bug 1 and other is bug 2. So let's assume this is bug 1 and this is bug 2. We are fetching the details. Like if you want to solve this lab, just add this also. See, there is a text. Just add the text, then you will see that flag there. Okay, so let's check this private also, private and reporter. So who reported this? Private. See, private is true and private is false. And so what is the bug there? See, one bug is there is, see, this data is private, not private. See, private is false means this data is not private, anyone can fetch this. But this data is private is equals to true means this data is private data. It's a kind of thing. Let's say you have YouTube. So you created the video. So one video is private and one video is public. So if anyone can see your private video, then there is a bug, because see, that is a private video. Okay, so same thing here. So this is public, anyone can access, but this is private. So this is a kind of sensitive data exposure. Like if you add the text there, then you will fetch the flag. Okay, and other than that, let's say try the other query. See, if you See, like if I send this query to anyone, they will think like, see, this is very, very difficult to create this query, like user, edges, node, ID, usernames, very difficult. So go one by one. So let's try to create other query, and you will understand more. Let's say I want to fetch the bug. Okay, let's try to fetch the all user. Let's try to do this query, all user, all users. After all user, see, all user and all user to edges. See this, go with the arrow, all user to edges, edges, and after that all user edges to node. Okay, all user to edges to node. After that we can fetch ID and username. Let's say ID, username. See, we are fetching the all users. Other than that, okay, let's say you want to fetch this detail like page info, like what is their page info. So how we can reach there? So you can use this path, user, page info, and this. And other than that, you can use this also, bug, page info, and reach there. So let's use this, like I want to fetch this page info detail. So how we can reach there? Okay, let's use this user path. Okay, user path. User path, and user to go to page info, page info. After page info, see, we directly can fetch this has next, has previous, start cursor, end cursor. So let's try this. Has next, has previous, and start cursor, and end cursor. So you can copy paste them, like see, copy this, copy this, copy this, paste them here. Means we can fetch them. Let's try to fetch them. See, we are fetching the details. So see, when we are doing these kind of things, sometimes see, you are fetching the extra data. You can say like PII leakage. So application don't want to show them, but by there are some showing extra data. So that is a bug. So what is bug here? We can fetch the others data. I already showed you in previous query, like when you are using fetching the user. Okay, so let's say you want to fetch directly this. Is there any direct way? See, this is the way. There is a path by find bug. See, so let's try to do this find user first, because this will use the argument. So see, there is no argument, is just a query, and these are the, see, if you want to check out, we already discussed this. There is field, argument, variable, aliases. So these are the fields we are fetching. Okay, so let's say we will use the find user, find user, and after that what is there, find user, and this will go directly here. Okay, ID and username, ID, username. See, this is giving an error, resolve find user. See, I send this query. So see, most of the time when you creating this query, then you will get the error. I also get. Okay, so message resolve find user, missing one required positional argument. Means we didn't send a argument. Argument is, what is the name of argument? Username. So, and we can also check that here. See, there is a argument username. We need to send this username. See, what is the issue? I want to fetch a user, and what I am to fetch ID and username, but I never told them like which user I want to fetch. So we need to tell them also, that is also username, and let's say username equals to, let's say admin. I want to fetch. Let's send this. See, we are fetching the details, and let's say other user we already know, victim. See, I am fetching the victim's details, and you can fetch use the same thing in the this thing. Okay, see, find bug. So I want to fetch find bug and you can reach there. So you can use these things. Okay, all bugs, you can also use the all bugs. So let's try to do this all bugs. All bugs. After all bugs, there is edges. After edges, there is node. See, I'm just following the path. Like if you're just following the path, then this is easy. Otherwise, very difficult. So I want to fetch the ID, reporter ID, and private. So let's fetch it. See, I'm just following the path, all bugs, edges, node, and I want to fetch this ID and reporter ID, private, and reporter. See, we are fetching the details. And see, this bug is already public. Let's say you are testing on the hacker one, and this bugs is public. Means anyone can say this. Okay, this is public. When you can see this on the hacker one. Okay, you can read it and you can learn from this. But this is a private bug. If this is visible, then there is a bug. See, this is visible there. Okay. So this is all about the queries, like how we can create the query. And